Welcome to the glorious Yorkshire coast. Tonight I'm going to be sleeping in that. Just kidding. In this episode, we're looking for a creature that lived in this area in the lower Jurassic period, and it's been extinct and hopefully preserved for 180 million years. I've got my tools with me so we can crack open some rocks and boulders and hopefully find some specimens trapped inside. This area has an abundance of ammonite fossils, so that'd be really cool to find one of them. But reptile remains and even plesiosaur remains have been found along this coastline, so who knows what we could find. Let the hunt begin. I've got a spectator. I'm not used to this. I can't do it. I thought, oh, sod it, I'll just do it, even though they're looking at me, but I can't, man. Look. What I'm looking for are unusually spherical rocks, or nodules they're called, that might contain fossils. I've been here about 10 minutes and I've already found my first possible fossil. I'm going to try and split open and see what's inside. I'll put that on here for now. We'll come back and we'll probably split them all at once at the end. This one's really calcified. Oh, don't worry, I've learnt some words for this one. Nodule. Calcified. Calcification. Keel. Iron pyrite. AKA fool's gold. Who remembers fool's gold? That stuff used to be everywhere in the 90s. Pretty much every seaside shop would sell it. Little drawstring bags and little glass bottles and stuff like that. I had loads of it when I was a kid. It's quite difficult to film, set up the camera and film and stuff, and be like methodical and try not to miss anything. That's got some calcite veins running through it. Alright, this bit looks quite interesting. Might have to come get you. Loads of rocks and stuff to search through here. I've only got like 3 hours until the tide comes back in. So hopefully we can find something. That's that nodule there. Yeah, hopefully we can find something and split a few boulders and stuff, and it'd be awesome if we actually found an ammonite. Most people aren't that bothered for ammonites because they're so common, but I'd be buzzing if I found one. So this is that first nodule that I found. And the reason I put it to one side is because when I turned it over, I saw that. Now, I've always been into fossil hunting since I was a kid, but I've never had any tools or anything to like split them open. So I don't really know too much about what to look for. But that to me says that it might contain something. Loads of fossilised shells in that one. With the sort of rusty look of that, that might be iron pyrite. Which is fool's gold. I could be wrong. I'm not a geologist. So I've just found my first partial ammonite. That one's not worth keeping, but it does say that there is ammonites in this area, which I already know that. It's just a matter of hunting them down. Oh, cool. Another partial ammonite. So that's the kind of rock we're looking for, that sort of colour, and unusually spherical, or potentially even have like just a little bit of the keel sticking out of the edge of the rock. So I found a few more partial ammonites, but this section of the beach I've not been very lucky, but as you can see I've not come that far yet. So I'm going to make my way to that next section and see what we can find. So I've just come across what looks like a relatively new rockfall. A big chunk's obviously fallen out of the cliff there and landed here. So a lot of these pieces have like fossilised shells on them and stuff like that. But then I saw this piece and it's got an imprint of an ammonite on it. So I think we should have a go at splitting that and seeing if there's anything inside. When you're doing stuff like this, obviously little shards of stone and stuff can fly up, so safety first. Let's see what we're going to do with this. See the impression of the ammonite there. So I might just split it straight down the middle there. So as you can see, there's definitely fossils in there. Whether or not they're going to be preserved very well, I don't know. They're actually quite calcified. Some of these shell fossils have got like a goldy, silvery sheen to them, which I'm guessing is the iron pyrite in the rock. Pretty cool. unfortunately, those two rocks only held some tiny, tiny little specimens. Quite hard to actually extract the whole thing, and because they were like paper thin, more of an imprint than an actual fossil. So I'm going to try split a bigger rock, see if there's out in there, and then we'll move on because I've got plenty of beach left to search and I don't want to lose too much time in this little area. But literally as I'm sat here, I can see an ammonite poking out of this one. But I've got my eye on this piece here, which is a beast. Oh. So let's crack this one and see what's inside. I literally just dropped that, and as you can see, there is an ammonite in there. But I think these are just imprints more than actual fossils. Fingers crossed. Ichthyosaur skull. That's what we want. Completely empty. It's crazy how pyritized those shells are. Look how golden it is. Look at the size of this nodule. I know I said we need to crack on, but I definitely need to try and crack that open.
Now apparently the larger the nodule, the less likely it is to have out inside it. But we'll see, won't we?
Imagine if this had a massive ammonite in it. Very, very unlikely, but you never know, do you? This is definitely a tough one to crack, and I'm very aware that I'm running out of time now, and we haven't actually found a fossil yet. Not one to keep anyway. Come on, baby, just split. I don't think we're going to have any luck with this. We might have to leave it. Whoa. I think the reason it's so tough is because it's calcified inside. There'll be like veins of calcite running through it, making it really tough, and potentially even ruining the fossil inside if there is one. I don't think we're going to be able to split this. Right, I'm making a call. I'm leaving it. So I've just got to be careful. Make sure I keep an eye on that bit. Because when the tide comes up, I don't want to end up getting cut off. So that's why I had to make the executive decision to leave that one behind. And who knows, maybe someone else will have better luck with it. But unfortunately, I'm really against the clock. And I'm really hoping that I find something so I can show you it. And just for me, because I want it on my mantelpiece. But yeah, there's a fair bit of pressure thinking I don't want to get cut off. Right then. This bit looks interesting. Found a couple more partial ammonites. Let's see if we can find a whole one. This area is quite popular, so I'm guessing it gets sort of picked clean. Oh wow, that one would have been huge, but it's like really thin. There's quite a large keel on that one. This part here is the keel. Really small one. Not quite a keeper. Not for me anyway. It's actually got two on it. There's one on the back side. We're going to have to turn around and head back soon, unfortunately. So come on. Fingers crossed for me, guys. Please let me find something. As you can see, the sea's getting like really close to that part that juts out. So if you sort of take your eye off it for too long, you're going to get wet. But what we'll do is we'll have a quick look round that corner and scout all the way back, and then we sort of, once we round that bit, we're back to safety, so I can have a sort of closer look around this area. Right then. So as you can see, we haven't got much time until the tide's fully in, so I'll quickly show you what I found. Actually, I'm lying to you, I almost forgot this one. Now this one's massive. I can't see any signs of fossils on the outside of it, but it's definitely worth a try. So, which one do you want me to start with? The big one? Alright, I think we'll try tackle the big one here, and then we'll move. I don't fancy getting a wet bum. Right then. Wish me luck, guys, because otherwise I've had a 2-hour journey for nothing. Right, I think we'll... I've seen other fossil hunters sort of tapping all the way around. Well, it's split, and there is some signs of some small fossils inside. I'm having a bit of a nightmare because my phone keeps saying that my storage is full, so it keeps stopping recording, and there's actually not that much I can delete really. So yeah, I'm struggling. So we're against it, against the tide, against the storage. So yeah, so far I can't see much. There's little partials here and there. I'd be absolutely devastated if I uncovered like a amazing fossil in here, but I ruined it because of my technique. See what I mean about bits flying up? I don't think they're supposed to break apart like this. The videos I've seen, they sort of, whoa, they sort of split right down that line and just open in half. It doesn't look like there's going to be anything in this though. Right, now you've been downgraded to 4K 30. 4K 30 frames per second instead of 60, because it's done it 3 times now. Like every hammer strike that I do, my phone pings and tells me that I've got full storage. So come on, let's get cracking. Yeah, there's definitely not in that. So that's the big one done, and we've got nothing. Fingers crossed. Oh no, where's my little one that we're going to keep? Oh, there it is. So fingers crossed for the next one. Let's go for this big one. There's an ammonite showing there. So let's see if I can split it. Not having much luck so far. That's not the way I was hoping for it to split, but absolutely nothing in there. That sea's getting close now. See if I can save that little bit of an ammonite what's on the edge. So that's how it's split. It's probably not worth keeping. It's only like a partial, is that. I'll leave it there for someone else to find. They might want it. Yep, not in that one. Let's go for this one. This one does actually look quite tricky to open because it's so pointy on the edge. We'll give it a go. And then I think we'll have to move. Oh, we've got a split. Is it going to be out in it though? Nope. Right guys, I'm going to pack up. We'll do this somewhere else. Is this professional or what? Yeah, a bit disappointed with that, but it's just how it goes. You're not guaranteed to find anything. I have enjoyed it, to be fair, even if I don't find out. Right then, let's move up there. So I found a few more things when I was making my way off the beach. This is everything we've got to go at. So I'm going to crack all these open now, and fingers crossed we actually find something. Some of these look quite promising, so fingers crossed we actually get a few ammonites. Right then, let's get cracking. We'll start with this little one first. Doesn't look too promising, so I'm not too bothered about showing you this one. I've learnt two things on this trip. One is to always keep your mouth shut when you're doing this because you get little bits in your mouth. And two is this is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. After watching like loads of YouTube videos of people just sort of tapping their way around a rock like that, and it just proper nicely splits in two and reveals a perfect ammonite. These stones are rock hard. Like, I'm really struggling to actually split them. Like, I just got a little split there, but I've only taken that much off. Just a tiny little sliver. And this one's not actually looking that promising. Don't worry, I'll move the camera in a bit so that you can see the other ones when I'm splitting them. Yeah, this one's not going to have out in it, so we'll sack that one off. Right then, we'll go for this one. Now this one looks quite interesting to me. It's got all sorts of weird, sort of different colorations and strange shapes protruding from it. And I think that bit is the keel of an ammonite. I think it is, but I could be wrong. It could literally just be the type of rock, but it's definitely worth finding out. It does look like it could be an ammonite, doesn't it? So let's try and get you a better shot of this, because this one might actually have something. So I think I'm going to go for chisel into that bit. See if we can just split it. Fingers crossed for me, guys. It doesn't look like it's actually an ammonite. That's the keel bit that I thought was a keel, and it's just sort of split and not revealed anything. But we'll keep going with this bit, because that looks really suspicious to me. See what we're dealing with. Any actual geologists out there would be absolutely kicking themselves now, won't they? Nope, nothing in there. It's not a fossil. These like sort of weirdly coloured bits that look like bone or fossil, they're not. It's just stone. Oh, I'm gutted with that one. I actually thought that one looked really promising. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Right, on to the next one. This one again. Place your bets. That's not got anything either. Oh well, don't lose faith, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, completely empty. Next, this one. Again, I think I was just sort of picking up random rocks because I was desperate to find something. This one doesn't look promising. We'll see. Ah, that's unusual. Looks like it could potentially have a fossil in it. Also looks like it's starting to rain. Happy days. Like that throughout it. It's another dud one. Next. This one. Don't think it's got any visible side. Oh, it does. It's the one with the pyritized ammonite just protruding from it. So, fingers crossed for this one. You enjoying this? It's a really awkward shape, like it doesn't want to stand up. In fact, let's do it gently with this one. You'd think I'd be better with a hammer, wouldn't you? After what I do for a living. By the way, this isn't how it looks when professionals do it. Well, I got it to split clean in half. Nothing. 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 Oh well, keep going. This one, I purely picked it up because I think it's iron pyrite. It looks like it is anyway. Oh, lovely. Imagine if that just fell open and there were a massive fossil in there. But alas, it doesn't look like it contains anything. I'll tell a lie, there is a small fossilized shell there. But nothing to write home about. Let's see if I can split that bit again. Yeah, it's definitely iron pyrite. Nothing in there though. Lovely split that. I'll let you see it before I do. Nothing. Quite unusual, like, crystallization in there, though. Right, we've only got 2 left, just these 2 huge ones. This one was sort of buried in the clay a bit, like there's just this top edge sticking out. Not in the cliff face, you're not allowed to do that. It was just like on the beach, but a big chunk of clay around it. It weighs a ton, so I imagine it's going to be really hard to split. And there's absolutely no signs of fossils on the outside of it, but I just thought, why not? We'll give it a go. I'm going to try the proper technique and go all the way around it. Then I'll give it a whack with big hammer.
Not looking promising, this. Oh, I've got a little split. There's some strange things going on inside there. Not sure what they are. Who knows, we could have a winner. Nothing showing in the bigger piece. Whoa. Let's try this side again. I'm knackered.
Right, so I just chipped quite a big bit off. It's looking empty, unfortunately. Can't see anything showing in there. There we go. Nice split, but absolutely nothing. That's a shame. Oh well. Tell I'm getting old, just being on my knees is hurting. Right then, last one. This beast. Looking at the cross section, it doesn't look like there is out in there. Oh well. I had to pick some up and try split it, didn't I?
Nothing yet. Ow.
Right, we've got a split. I thought that was going to be something then. Definitely the right type of rock. You can tell by this like sort of slightly different colour all the way around the outer edge. If you polish that up, it goes like really shiny silver. And this is the type of rock that you'll find fossils in as well. Nice bit of crystallization there. Alright, we'll keep going with a bigger piece. Nope, absolutely nothing. That's a shame. Oh well, you can't always be lucky, I guess. So I just started tapping away at this small one that I thought was completely pointless. And there is actually an ammonite in there. But it's really thin, so we'll see what we can do. See if I can expose any more of it without ruining it. It's worth a try because it's not like the best fossil. Oh, that might be a nice split. Nope, still not exposed it yet.
I reckon it's probably just going to break it in two.
We are starting to expose more of it, but still, it's not the best. It's only going to be a partial one anyway from the sort of shape of the stone. You see what my videos have come to. And even this didn't pay off. We're leaving that in or what? This one has got an ammonite exposed on it, so I'm hoping if I split it, there might be something in there. Moment of truth. Oh, there's definitely an ammonite in there. That's the negative, and that's the actual ammonite itself. Judging by the thickness of that, the whole thing could be there. Let's keep going with this, see how we get on.
Don't think I'm going to have much luck trying to expose this.
It's too small really and too thin. Nope. I chipped away the actual specimen itself. So I'm a bit gutted about that. Never mind though. Only a matter of time, wasn't it? Oh. Well, I'm a bit disappointed with this fossil hunt, but I'm definitely going to do it again, seeing as I've bought all tools. I got myself a 4-pound lump hammer, a 24-ounce geology hammer, all matching of course, and a 12-inch cold chisel. I think it's called a cold chisel. Yeah, so I'll be using all these in the future, and now I've got to make my way up that, which is a lot steeper than it looks. Well, we didn't find a triceratops, so out of all them rocks, the only thing that I found that I'm going to keep is this. It's not exactly a plesiosaur or a triceratops, but it'll do me. At least we didn't come away empty-handed, eh? Although it's as near as empty-handed as you can get. Right, in the next video I'm going to be back to what I do best, wild camping, so tune in for that one. This definitely won't be my last fossil hunt. I might do a bit more in Wales or something like that, but if you are new to my videos, I usually do wild camping and hiking, that kind of thing, so check out my back catalogue. That is definitely much more that's what I usually do, not this kind of thing. Wandering around on a beach talking to myself, cracking rocks with an hammer. I'm usually wandering around a mountaintop somewhere talking to myself, putting tent pegs in. Thanks for watching. To all my subscribers, I really appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me. I haven't quit wild camping after my last trip. I haven't sold my gear and become a geologist or anything. Oh, that's awkward. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've still got all my camping stuff, and I'll definitely be wild camping again soon. So I'll see you in the next one, guys.